Okay, I'm Giovanni, and before I resubstantiate what our plan was, I'd like to go over a few of Aaron's, his problems with our plan. One of the things he says is, or a lot of things that he said is electric cars, maintenances are expensive, the cars themselves are expensive, the trains are expensive, and then like we'll need a lot of money to like start making them. Well, in the long run, in the long run compared to oil, the amount of money that oil costs us right now, in the long run, it's better to switch to electric cars and trains because according to I'm sorry, hold on. According to Milton Kuplis, before a 2006 Senate Foreign Relations Committee, he said that adding up the above, the cost of gas, or for production of gas, the hidden cost of all oil exports skyrocketed to $79.995 billion in 2005, and this would bring the real price of the gallon of gasoline refined from Persian Gulf oil to $10.86. So in the long run, electric cars and vehicles, they're not going to be that expensive because oil production is so expensive right now. He said that we're going to need a lot of money from the government in order to start this whole entire thing. Well, the government actually did start something, a whole entire incentive plan. They're looking it over right now. It's called the Electric Vehicle Deployment Act of 2010, and it's also in response to the lithium battery thing. They're actually giving a $1.5 billion grant for furthering battery research. So, give it time and research, and I'm pretty sure we'll find like better ways of making batteries, or like, shrinking down how much lithium we need. So, let's go into resubstantiating the thing. Our claim policy is U.S. should convert to all electrical transportation system. Significance. The first one is use of electricity would cause the U.S. to be a more efficient country as a whole. Right here it says that the overall efficiency for electric vehicles, or the power from the power plant to the vehicle to the ground, like the energy transferred to the ground, is 28% compared to the fuel refining to the car, to the ground, to the regular car, to the ground, that's 14%. And continuing on, that's from the Electric Vehicle Association of Greater Washington, D.C., and from the same people. They say they had a comparison between the GM electric vehicle 1 versus the gasoline Acura. If they both started with 1 million BTUs of energy, the equivalent MPG from the electric car would be 59 miles per gallon compared to the Acura's 24 miles per gallon. So obviously it's going to make it a lot more effective. On to the second point, we have it will decrease the country's dependency on oil. We're really dependent on oil from Saudi Arabia and from the Persian Gulf and stuff like that. And because we're so dependent on them, according to Dr. John Paul Rodriguez, the first oil shock, which was there's like a sudden uptick of gasoline prices between 1974 and 1978 was due to OPEC keeping prices high. And there was a second one during 1980 and 1988 during the Iraq-Iran war and the Iranian Revolution. And then continuing on today, there's the Iraq war. So the instability of that place, it's gonna drive oil prices up and down, and we can't really rely on them to keep a fair price. The third one, electricity, will cost less than oil, or will cost less than oil in the future. According to Bloomberg.com, a $75 billion investment in high voltage backbone for the current U.S. electric grid. According to U.S. Energy Secretary Samuel Bodmer, the more you electrify, the more you smooth out supply and demand, and you set downward pressure on prices for electricity. So if we, boost our current electricity grid, then prices will go down for electricity. Our inherency claims. We have we're dependent on oil. This is from Goliath Business. They were studying oil prices and shipping, or the cost of shipping oil, and the U.S. demand growth in the coming year will require even more higher exports. I mean, we are dependent on oil. We don't really need to say anything about that. I mean, our current economy depends on oil. Onto the electric cars, or electric trains, I mean. Other than the maglev, we have electric trains right now, and because the electric trains are more efficient than regular motors, according to Jonathan Rowe's company, electric trains have all the torque available all the time, the primary advantage of the electric motor, therefore they can pull more cargo per motor. And then that goes into converting to electric vehicles, because the maglev and the electric trains, because we can combine them with the transportation system by saying we can make a mass transit system that's like comparable to like a New York kind of, like they have taxis and they have trains. According to the Jonathan Rowe's company, if we make a mass transit system over major distances, they allow true electric cars of limited range to be practical. That means you have a long stretch of a place you have to travel, like let's say from San Diego to LA, and then in between those you have cab stands like New York, where you can take the cab, which is an electric vehicle, and you can take it wherever you need to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it.